G'day and welcome to the show as we take you on the third and final instalment of our trip around the Geelong region.
Which has been brought to you by our mates at Tourism Greater Geelong, the Bellarine and of course Apollo.
But for now we're going to pick up where we left off in Queenscliff, but stay tuned as pretty soon we've got some tips and tricks from our mate Daniel at CIA Vic.
So jump in, come along as we show you
What's up down under.
It's time to see this land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under. What's up down under.
Picking up from where we left off in last week's episode, we find ourselves in the iconic Victorian town of Queenscliff at the gorgeous Beacon Resort. For this trip, we've been fortunate enough to have an incredible range of Adria and Winnebago motorhomes and caravans to call home. And now Macca and I are off to have a hands-on encounter with some local wildlife. Well, Macca, it's no secret I'm an animal lover. This one was pretty high up on my list on our trip in the Geelong region. We're at the Geelong Wildlife Sanctuary.
And I reckon what we should do now is find someone to give us a guided tour. And while we're at it, we better be careful. Geelong Wildlife Sanctuary was a top day out. And I was expecting that we would see what any other zoo is, you know, and you stand there, you hold onto the wire and you look at the animals behind them, you go, that'd be pretty cool in the bush. But there, hands-on. One of the spots to check out while you're in the area is the Geelong Wildlife Sanctuary, and Xavier's going to show us around here today.
That's right, Xavier. What have you got in store for us?
So here at Geelong we have almost exclusively native wildlife. What kind of makes us a bit more unique than a lot of parks is that you get to get up close and personal with a lot of them. So today I'll be taking you around and you get to meet my little wombat Matilda. And if we're brave enough, I might even get out some reptiles, maybe even a couple of snakes for us.
I don't know, and by the sound of the backing vocals, I reckon I'm not going to be the only galah here today either.
I reckon we should get stuck into it, Macca. Well, first port of call, one of Xavier's absolute favourites, Matilda the wombat. Xavier, how old is Matilda?
Matilda's about 2 years old at the moment.
Fantastic. And how long have you been taking care of her?
I've been looking after her since she was about 3 months old.
Wow, I can see you guys have a nice little relationship there. She's very relaxed in your arms.
Yeah, she is. She gets a bit cheeky sometimes. There you go. But, yeah. But she's a good girl most of the time.
Hello. What's your name? Hello. Hello. This conversation's going nowhere. You want to dance? Xavier, the all-time Aussie favourite, the koala bear. Now, are they bears or not?
No, they're what we call a marsupial. So basically, it's a mammal that has a pouch.
Just as cute and cuddly as me, mate. What can you tell us about it?
Well, they sleep for 18 to 20 hours a day. I don't know if that's the same as you either.
Close.
But yeah, because they only eat the eucalyptus leaves, which don't give them a lot of energy to move around during the day. So they have to sleep a lot in order to conserve their energy.
I guess for me, probably the highlight was the dingo pups. So they had a great story about those pups. They were actually rescued from another kind of zoo sanctuary, which is a little bit sort of further out in the countryside, but they'd brought them in specially to meet us that day. And I'd never seen a dingo, I think, up close, and they were so docile and gorgeous, and yeah, I love puppies, so it was great.
Xavier, I don't want to say anything to alarm you, but at the moment, there's a snake hanging over your shoulder.
Oh, that's all right. That's just my good friend Puzzles here.
Robbie, I don't mean to alarm you,
Yeah.
but I think Puzzles likes you.
I think Puzzles has found a mate. And who normally is most interested in having a visit with Puzzles when they come to the sanctuary? Kids?
Oh, you'd be surprised how many kids actually like to get up close with the snakes as well. Yeah, sometimes it depends on the person, really. A lot of people are a bit nervous around them, but
Puzzles, that's my head. You're wonderful, but I like it better when you're over there.
Well, Macca, that was certainly very special. It's not often that you get so up close and personal with native Australian animals.
Absolutely, Robbie. Top spot to come and visit. But right now, I'm getting a message through and, yep, Daniel's ready to come back on for you guys and give you some tips on caravaning.
Thanks, Macca. Now, hooking up your caravan is the first important step before you hit the road. Now, we've got Craig Greenaway from Alco to give you some tips. Now, Craig, do you want to give us some tips about safety features and hooking up and when you're going on your travels?
Sure. First thing in a trip preparation is to make sure your van's serviced. You wouldn't go anywhere without servicing your tug. Make sure that van's serviced as well and the brakes are all operating optimum. Now, when you're hooking up, there's 4 major steps. First one, couple up, make sure it's latched all the way down. connect your chains up, plug in the wiring, and your breakaway.
Yeah, fantastic. Now we've also got the handbrake here, and then we've also got the coupling. You want to make sure that's hooked on.
Yep. So this is a standard 3.5 ton coupling. Make sure that's fully latched down and it's sitting on the tow ball properly.
Awesome, fantastic. Now, if you want to find any more hints and tips about this sort of stuff, go to gomakesomememories.com.au.
Coming up after the break, Macca and I cook up a storm on the Apollo RVs.
What's up, down under?
Love what you've seen of Geelong so far in today's episode? Well, make sure you head to tourismgeelongbellarine.com.au to discover everything there is to see and do around this spectacular region.
Another of the leading edge products made right here in Adelaide by Red Arc is the Tow Pro Elite. Now Stewie's here with me. I would like to go through and have a look at how it goes together, how it all operates, mate. Is that possible?
Absolutely, it's a pretty exciting product, so let's take a look.
Let's do that, come on.
The first process is the board gets loaded through the surface mount technology room. Once it comes out to the production area and assembly here, it goes into the line where it gets assembled into its enclosure. The Tow Pro Elite is an automatic or proportional type brake controller where it senses the inertia of the vehicle. If you're braking soft and slow, so does the trailer. You brake hard, so will the trailer. And essentially the car and the trailer all brake together as one vehicle rather than the trailer pushing or pulling on the car.
Well, there you go, folks. The Tow Pro Elite from Red Arc, designed and manufactured right here in Australia for Australian conditions and for you. Stewie, how can we find out more about it?
If you want to find out about the Red Arc Tow Pro or any other Red Arc product, see your local auto electrician, four-wheel drive shop or redarc.com.au.
Well, here we are in Queenscliff. It's a lovely afternoon. We're both feeling a little bit peckish, so we thought, what better than to rustle up a little bit of grub. Are you ready for it?
I am ready for it. What are we going to do?
Well, we're going to make salt and vinegar flathead tails.
Impossible.
Have you had them before?
No.
Okay, well, here we go. First job for you is you're going to whisk those eggs for me.
Here's some eggs we prepared earlier, and I'm just going to whisk them up now with this fork. There's one participating, the other two a little bit slow on the uptake, but worth the wait, I'm sure.
Fantastic, you're doing that like a pro.
Yeah,
and while you're doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these lovely flathead tails and I'm going to just dip them ever so slightly in the flour.
Then what do we do?
Well, once they've been coated in flour, they're going to go straight into the egg mixture. So I'm going to leave that with you. We'll have a little production line.
Do I move these around?
I reckon you might want to move them around
Make
a
sure
little
I
bit.
coat them all up, cover them in egg.
Something like that.
Righto. How good have these caravans been on this trip, Robbie?
They've been super luxurious, actually, Macca.
We've been lucky, you know, we had the team from Apollo along with us, and of course they've got the Adria vans, which have got all the European comforts, and then you've got the Winnebagos, and well, everyone knows about them. They've been around forever, particularly with the motorhomes, but not so many people know about their range of caravans now, which have got all the same comforts, same quality build, magnificent on the road, and make a great home away from home.
Well, that's the thing.
How am I going?
You're actually doing really well. You're going to go straight from the egg then.
Mm-hmm.
You better believe it, into this salt and vinegar chips.
Salt and vinegar chips, crushed up.
Trust me, we've crushed them up. Now from there you're going to go on here, and this is the best bit in my opinion. The kitchens in these vans have been amazing. We've already enjoyed using them, and now we're going to take these little guys here, these salt and vinegar crumbed flathead tails, inside, give them a bit of a fry, and in a few minutes time, I reckon what, about 5-6 minutes time?
I don't know. You're the one who got the secret recipe.
I'm calling the shots. In about 5-6 minutes time, we'll come back out and we'll show you the finished product.
I'll see you in 5 or 6 minutes. That is amazing.
Not wrong.
Can we eat them?
No, get your hands off. I've got one more job for you.
There's always another job, isn't there?
Now,
What are we going to do now?
of a Thousand Island dressing.
No.
Okay, well, posh pink seafood sauce, right?
Oh, posh pink seafood
This
sauce. Now I
is
know what you're talking about.
The Simpletons version, which I thought
Yeah, it's appropriate.
slightly appropriate. Okay, so you're gonna bang in a bit of mayonnaise. I'm gonna jump in with this.
And that's tomato sauce. Because it wouldn't be Australian if you didn't put tomato sauce on it.
All right, now you're just gonna stir that together. I'm gonna stick a little bit of salt on these guys.
Uh-huh.
No.
Pink sauce is all right.
A little bit of cracked pepper.
Can we have it?
Now you can have it.
Have a little try?
Go on.
And you're trying to kill me. Oh.
Very good.
All right, we're going to knock these over, pack up and head back towards Melbourne. And while we're doing that, why don't you check this out? Well, folks, there is no need to worry about those height restrictions anymore because the innovative team at Windsor Caravans have come up with the Seeker. With its one-of-a-kind pop top at under 2.1 metres, it is going to fit in your garage or your carport without a problem at all. Let's go and have a good look at it. The ultra low-line layout allows you to take the van anywhere you want to, hassle-free. Once you've pulled into your site, just pop up the roof and you'll find there's plenty of space for the whole family. Its spacious layout inside includes a full ensuite, massive queen-size bed and more storage than you could possibly need while you're on the road. In line with their innovative thinking, Windsor has added USB charging ports throughout the caravan and has included a trifold table to keep you comfortable at dinner time. Speaking of dinner, there's no shortage of utilities with stove and grill, three-way fridge freezer and a large stainless steel sink in the kitchen. The Seeker has large windows throughout and a ducted air conditioning unit to keep the cool breeze flowing right through the van, and above you, composite panel roof, so don't worry, you've got a good roof over your head. The van is fully insulated and is constructed with a tough aluminium frame. There are two 60-litre water tanks on board and yet again more storage with the full-length exterior tunnel boot. Those living necessities are covered with a hot water system, 12-volt water pump and two 9-kilo gas bottles to keep you going. The Windsor Seeker has independent suspension and is built on a full-length galvanised chassis, so you'll be sure to get where you need to be without any issues. Well, there you go, folks, the Windsor Seeker in all its glory. If you want any more information on the Seeker or any other caravan in the Windsor Caravans range, just go to windsorcaravans.com.au.
Coming up after the break, we see what's on the grapevine at Moorabool Ridge Winery.
What's up down under?
This week's episode of What's Up Down Under is proudly brought to you by our mates at Adria. To find out all about their extensive range of RVs and caravans, head to apolloRVsales.com.au.
What's Up Down Under have teamed up with the Caravan Industry Association Victoria, Go Make Some Memories and New Age Caravans to help you get your gecko on. But you only have until December 31st. Your last chance to win a brand new Gecko caravan valued at over $50,000. The Gecko from New Age has a lightweight compact design, which means you can still enjoy all the comforts on the road without it taking up too much space. The Gecko features the tough Alco Enduro suspension, 15-inch alloy wheels and plenty more so you can travel in comfort anywhere. For the runner-up prize, our mates at Chemek are giving away a $1,000 gift voucher. There are also monthly prizes to be won, including 6 $500 Chemek vouchers and 6 Family Parks vouchers valued at over $150 each. You can enter every day of the competition and all you have to do is log on to whatsupdownunder.com.au, click on our competitions page and follow the prompts. Get your New Age Gecko on and go make some memories. Get your entries in before December 31st or you miss out.
The time had come for us to say goodbye to Queenscliff and make our way back to Melbourne. But we still had a little bit more time to squeeze in some more of this spectacular Geelong region.
Well, the journey from Queenscliff to Melbourne has begun, but we still have a little time to do some more exploring.
That's right, so here we are at Moorabool Ridge Winery, and in a moment, Macca, we're going to have a delightful chat with Joe about what's on offer.
Moorabool Ridge was a great place to visit. You know, you've been to wineries, we quite often visit them on the show, but none quite like this one. I think just the atmosphere, it was so tranquil. You know, it's in this beautiful little valley, and you're dealing with the people who built the winery.
Well, Macca, the people who know me best know that I'm not afraid of a little wine time, so I'm pretty excited to be joined by Joe here from Moorabool Ridge. Now, Joe, what have we got in store?
So, fantastic Tuesday pasta platter, all our goodies, some olives, taste of some olive oil.
Fantastic.
So when people come for a visit, they tend to have a bit of a go at everything, or do they come and zone in on one of your products?
People generally come to try the Shiraz, pretty much, but they're usually surprised by the...
I happen to have a glass of Shiraz.
Now, I've noticed that each of your wines have a different name on them, but there's one that's particularly special I noticed inside. Can you tell us who the Bella bottle is named after?
Yes, the Bella bottle is the recent addition. It's our new sparkling. It's the first time we've made one. Bella meaning beautiful. And it's got a bit of a blush colour to it from a hint of Shiraz, so we decided on Bella Blush.
And who is Bella?
Bella is the little dog who was around here just before and seems to have disappeared at the right moment. So yeah, it's just been a long-standing member of the family and always comes and helps us with picking or pruning. So Yes, she deserved a little bit of a naming ceremony, we decided.
Absolutely.
Well, here's to the famous Bella.
That's it. Bellissimo. Well, Macca, what a beautiful way to spend the afternoon.
Absolutely spot on. In fact, I reckon we should hang around here a little bit longer. And while we do that, why don't you check out this from Apollo? The team from Apollo have joined us for our jaunt around Geelong, and today I've caught up with Rob to talk about a couple of the newest models from Adria. Rob, what have we got here?
Hi Macca, thanks for the invite. We've got two of the latest models from Adria showcased here. So we've got the Adria 472 PK, which is our family lightweight European van, and the Adria camper van, the 600 SP Twin, which has been highly awaited.
So what can you tell me about this one we're in front of right now, mate?
The European stuff is coming through. It's been very popular for quite some time with the composite panelling, lightweight. Most small cars nowadays can tow them.
Excellent. Now let's jump over and have a look at what else you've got to show us today. Rob, clearly an eye-catching package, but mate, what sort of features are in there that make it what it is?
This particular model here is what we think is going to work is the fold-up rear bed section at the back. Couples can store their push bikes in the back, head out on the trails. The good thing about it is when the actual bed's down, you can still got a whole heap of storage under the bed. Awesome.
Mate, I bet you these people at home are craving some more information. Where can they go and find that?
www.apollorvsales.com.au.
Simple, get onto it.
Coming up after the break, we take the plunge at the Yuyangs National Park.
What's up down under?
Today's episode of What's Up Down Under is proudly brought to you by our great mates over at Winnebago. For more information about their famous range of caravans and RVs, just head to gowinnebago.com.au.
Don't miss the Bendigo Caravan Camping Leisure Fest from the 24th to the 26th of November at the Bendigo Racecourse. To find out more, just go to leisurefest.com.au.
Nothing beats hitting the wide open road, and nobody knows that better than our great mates at Winnebago, which is why they are giving you the chance to win a New Zealand road trip valued at $3,000. To find out more, just head to gowinnebago.com.au/NZ road trip and enter now.
What's your healthy holiday hack? Get online and head to beaconresort.com.au/win-a-holiday and answer that very question in 25 words or less to be in the running to win the ultimate DIY health retreat. Valued at over $2,500, the winner will receive a 5-night stay at the beautiful Beacon Resort Queenscliff. What are you waiting for? Enter now.
You'd be mad to come all the way to Geelong and not check out the natural beauty that is the Yuyangs.
Now, you could come here and just sit on a chair and have a look at the scenery, or you could do something different, and that's what we're about to do, so check this out. Well, we're on our way back to Melbourne, but we have got time for one more stop, and Paul is the man we've stopped to see, because Paul is going to take us out abseiling today. G'day, mate, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Excellent, thank you. What do you reckon, Robbie? Because Robbie's actually had a little bit of an incident with a bit of heights fear once in her life.
That's right, Macca. We had a chat about it yesterday, and you know what? I'm ready to conquer it. You've assured me you're going to be with me every step of the way. But Paul, first, I want to hear from you. It's safe, right?
Of course, it's 100% safe.
So convincing. And what kind of ages do you kind of deal with here?
Yeah, sure. Look, so we, the youngest person we've had abseiling is about 10 years old, and the oldest is about 82.
Sounds amazing. Well, look, Macca, if an 82-year-old can do it, if a 10-year-old can do it, I reckon there's no excuse. Let's go and give it a go. Well, abseiling at the Yuyangs for me was not something that I was looking forward to, so to speak, but I felt like I needed to have my game face on, give it a crack.
Well, as my dear old dad always said to me, son, if you're going to run off a cliff, make sure you've got a rope tied you. Of all the stupid things I've done, this is one of them. Not so much what I'm about to do, it's the way I've dressed up for it with this thing on my head. It's all for your benefit. So if I want to get a photo of myself doing it, I can't really do it because I'm going to look stupid, aren't I? But when you see the little fear in my eyes look out down there, you'll go, I'm glad he looks stupid for that. You lot have fun. So it's easy.
Yeah.
All you got to do is everything that Paul tells you to do, which is just lean forward and walk off the cliff. Can't get much harder than that, can it? Just keep walking forwards, let it slip through your hands, and then all you have to do is simply walk off the edge of the cliff. Pretty simple, really. He says you can run. I don't have the urge to run. I have the urge to get to the bottom. Well, not that hard to run off a cliff at all.
This is happening. Yeah. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
But I was still feeling really nervous. So what I ended up asking Macca to do was just talk me through the whole thing. And initially, when you're walking off the side of a cliff, it does feel a little unnatural, but I trusted the harness, and as soon as you feel that initial resistance, you kind of feel confident to move forward. But yeah, I did have to kind of yell out to Macca, and he was so sweet. He talked me through the whole thing.
Keep on coming. Keep on coming.
Thanks.
I got you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I did it!
Well done. Well done.
Oh, thanks, Macca.
I'm going to try not to hit you in the head with my GoPro. But
Oh
you
my
champed
goodness,
it.
thank you.
Absolutely smashed it all the way down.
I definitely needed you to talk me through that last little bit there. It was actually surprisingly really fun. A little unnerving in the middle there, but no. All
You're
good.
a legend. Well done. Face
Thank
the
you.
fears did it. You should do it too.
Well, folks, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. And that means an end to our 3-part series touring the Geelong region.
Which was brought to you by our mates at Tourism Greater Geelong, the Bellarine and Apollo.
But stay tuned and keep watching so we can show you
What's up,
down
down under.
under.
What's up, down under?